Welcome to Realm for fun and enlightening multi-dimensional interviews.
Hello, Diana. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Karin?
I'm pretty good. This is our first podcast for 2025.
Wow, 2025. Amazing.
Time flies when they're having fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I suppose you have some good New Year's resolutions set up.
No, not really. I haven't thought about them at all. Have you?
No, but I like one that was repeated to me a few years ago by my Billy, and she said, use the good stuff.
Oh, use the good stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Don't keep it hidden.
Don't wait anymore. Just go ahead and live the good, put the good jewelry on or the good plates out.
Right. Okay. Which kind of relates to the guest we're going to be interviewing.
Oh, yes.
And this is her philosophy also. Because she is a model.
She's a model. Well, we're interviewing.
Use the good stuff.
The youngest and newest daughter of Mother Earth, which we're calling Urbanesque.
Urbanesque. And she actually represents, well, you can get it from her name, urban areas, but also the built environment.
Right. Around all this, the cities around the world.
That's right. And you may not think of this, of cities as being kind of like part of Mother Earth. But when you sort of like look at it more closely, I mean, buildings and cities are built from elements of Mother Earth.
Right.
Lumber, clay, steel, yeah.
Granite.
Exactly, yeah.
And all the ingredients that go into all the other building materials. And these buildings are the urban centers are actually Mother Earth reconstructed.
Yes.
And then
humans have manipulated Mother Earth.
Right. So they manipulated Mother Earth so they could construct, the buildings, the roads, the parks, whatever we're doing. And the interesting thing is that when we were discussing about this podcast earlier, is that these reconstituted elements of Mother Earth don't actually contain the energy.
But it's the same energy as the original form.
Right. So the buildings then and the roads and the whole structures of urban energy and urban centers have to be infused almost with a new energy. And it's the people, the inhabitants that do that.
Right. And so it's kind of like, it's more than a collaboration. It's kind of like a symbiotic relationship where humans are actually building these structures from the elements of Mother Earth. And for them to use, humans are going to be living in them, working in them. And therefore, humans are imbuing them with their energy.
Right. When they're building them, when they're designing them, when they're living in them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And probably even when they're tearing them down and making them into different other materials. And so
it's true.
Urbanesque presented herself as an aspect of Mother Earth that's been reconstituted, doesn't really have a lot of its own consciousness.
Yes, I know. This was quite curious. And this actually kind of stumped me at the beginning because she was the first, I want to be interviewed. I want to be your guest, right?
Of the different aspects or children of Mother Earth, we asked which one wanted to come forward, and Urbanesque said,
yeah. And she was a beautiful looking woman, a figure of a beautiful looking woman. Now, usually when our guests appear as energy beings, she, interestingly enough, did not. She has a physical form. And she's saying, oh, look how beautiful I am. And, it's like, okay, this is actually representative of the beautiful buildings, the novel architecture, and, the great urban and city planning in many, many, many cities.
And the people that live in them and feel that way.
Right. I mean, exactly. But I mean, she admits this herself, right? She's showy. She's beautiful, but her energy, which she will gradually attain as these cities get older and older, provided that they actually don't sort of crumble and decay, right?
We get bombed.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
She will start to possess more and more energy because right now she's a new daughter earth, and she doesn't have as much energy as, say, oceans or
Mountaintops or mountain ranges.
right, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Continents, right. So she's the newest daughter. So this concept of urban centers around the world is, I don't know the chronology of us actually are, the first quote unquote urban center, but I imagine it was like about the time when we stopped being as nomadic and we could start growing our own food. And so we stayed in one place a long time and we started to form cities and towns, little villages and cities and towns. And
yeah, but she says she represents like big cities.
oh, just big cities.
Yeah, not towns.
Not the little things that are just starting out.
Oh, right. Which is why she resembles a beautiful model and
in a beautiful city. And so since she really likes cities like Dubai.
Well, okay. They also have to have some heart to it.
Okay. And we're not saying Dubai does or doesn't have.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But so a city with a big soul or heart is really important to Urbanesque.
Yeah.
So if you love your town, you love your neighbors, all that, you get along well.
Right. Because where's the energy of a city coming from? The people who live in there,
right,
in it, the people who have built it,
So if a city wanted to be healthier, then it would make sure whatever it was doing in its city planning would be taking care of its inhabitants so that they're happy.
Exactly.
So they have walkable, maybe if the happiness requires walkable communities or nice roads or
green spaces.
So speaking of green spaces, does the quantity or ratio of trees and flowers to cement, for example, play a role in?
Urbanesque is mainly preoccupied with things looking good. Right. So as long as it looks good, right? She doesn't really care about the ratios.
Okay.
Now,
if you think about this, rays look healthy, then they look good.
Yeah, but also if you can have one tree in an area that has like 100 cement blocks that are basically just cement, that does not look good.
Oh, it doesn't look good.
No, so it does not look good.
So the visual appearance is somewhat predicated on the original form of nature showing up intermixed with the urban form.
Well, yeah. So once you actually get something that's pleasing to the eye, you will actually have a good ratio.
Okay. All right.
That's why she's not concerned about the ratio.
Okay. So if you don't have a front yard, maybe you need some window boxes.
Well, maybe you have a nice backyard.
You're right, of course.
Yeah. Or nice,
plants inside your house.
Or also the sidewalk, which is not part of your house, right? But you can have nice
planters on it.
Planters or whatever space the city has for greenery along your sidewalk.
And so does she have any opinion about buildings that get repurposed versus buildings that just get torn down and new, more efficient, fancy buildings put in its place?
Okay. No, she doesn't really. But again, it's kind of like this
visual thing.
The visual attractiveness principle applies there. It applies to everything.
Teenagers or young kids, the visual part is really taking over everything at this point. How do I look in the mirror? How do I look? So maybe we're dealing with that with Urbanesque, right?
It could be, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's not a bad thing, right?
No, it's not a bad thing. So is she generally happy, though, with the direction the urban environments have been going in over the last...
Yeah. She says she can't
100 years.
She can't really complain about what people are doing now.
Okay.
And the past century or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So getting better.
Yeah.
She's getting more happy.
Yeah. She's getting happier because
it's making her look better.
It's making her look better. And it's like things are more efficient. Things are greener. Things are less toxic. Things are, which makes people happier. And then if people are happier, you get better energy.
Of course, happiness is a high writing energy. That's right. So does she have any advice for us?
Basically she said, keep on doing what you're doing.
Oh, keep on doing what we're doing.
Yeah, keep on doing what you're doing.
And by that, I'm assuming she's meaning, trying to include more trees, solar power, efficient energy sources.
Yeah, so long as it's attractive.
Oh, none of those.
But you have to say, the wind towers. Is that what they're called? Wind towers?
Windmills.
Windmills. Okay. You have to say that they actually look much better than, say, the opening of a coal mine.
The opening of the coal mine doesn't look near as bad as the stripping.
Oh, I know that. That. Yes, exactly. Oh,
But she's concerned about the mountains? Or
She's just saying that the principle of attractiveness, visual attractiveness, can be applied anywhere.
Oh, okay. I see what she's saying. Yes. Well, I wish they'd make better looking solar panels.
Oh, really? Do they look bad?
Well, they're just flat. They could be like fun shapes and stuff like that. Because flat rectangles, they never vary.
Oh, well, she's not saying that there's no room for improvement.
Right. I know. I understand. Yes, I think she's saying that the improvements are good. Keep on improving. Keep on improving design. Keep on making it more efficient. We're all headed in a nice direction.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's awfully kind words for a teenage model version of aspect of Mother Earth.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she really is kind of like a teenager.
Right. Probably a younger teenager. So, yeah, because if you think about it, urban centers in the scheme of how long the Earth's been around have been pretty small blip in the timeline.
Right, exactly. But, even as young as she is, she's actually responsible for, I don't know what percentage of the Earth is actually, well, probably not very much, but urban centers can be very big and there's lots of them.
Well, there's lots of people in them for sure.
Yeah.
And
they're just going to get more so.
And some of them are merging into other urban centers. So they become one, two might become one.
Yeah.
As people. So I have a couple S-tier questions for her. Does she go on vacation to the mountains or the sea?
Yes, she does.
And is it like going to visit her cousins?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Sometimes she just likes to escape. She loves being in urban centers,
Mm-hmm. Right, because that's her.
That's her. But sometimes she just wants, not that she considers it stressful, but there's so many different kinds of energy there because usually there's just so many people and mixtures of different peoples, and not just people, also other living beings there.
Does she have a favorite city?
Oh, no, she doesn't.
Okay. Does she have a favorite place she goes on vacation?
Just depends on what she feels like.
Okay.
Sometimes if she wants to chill out, she likes to go to not necessarily the beach, right? But watery places where she can kayak or swim. No, really. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And other times she wants to hike to the top of mountains.
All right. Has she hiked to the top of Everest?
No.
Okay. Just checking. It might be too much for an urbanite or an urbanesque.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't necessarily have to hike there. She could probably just float.
I know. Float. I'm assuming so. But she never really leaves the Earth and its atmosphere. She stays here.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you, Urbanesque.
Thank you very much, Urbanesque.
And thank you, Diana.
Very nice getting to know you.
Yes, very nice getting to know you. You're going to have a nice long life ahead of you.
That's right. That's for sure.
All right. Bye.
Learn more about us at realm2realm.com, and thank you for listening, sharing, and subscribing.